Ordinary moments take ordinary focus on God. Ordinary habits can fail us in the face of extraordinary circumstances. And extraordinary circumstances can require us to take extraordinary measures to refocus on God. His first strategy goes like this, and it's simple but hard. So many great things are very simple to express and very hard to apply. Number one, he is honest about his circumstances. That is, he can talk about the crash site. Are there things you are embarrassed to say to God? What are the worst things or the most embarrassing things you've ever done? I have a friend. He will be glad if this story blesses anyone, because it doesn't bless him. He took a drink in a bar, and he was roofied, and he woke up in the midst of an illegal act with a, let's say, professional. Now he came to consciousness in the midst of the act, grabbed his pants and ran out the door, and I think handled it the best he could. But he continues to feel sometimes like God blames him, like he can't talk about it, and it's a hard thing for him to pray about. Do you have something like that? Do you have a crash site that's too embarrassing? Two dead clowns and an anchovy pizza. When you call 911, they ask for your address. David was clear about his crash site. The best thing about Psalms as an artist, I am a songwriter, I am a poet, is I think he speaks in a 360-degree reality of human experience. He admits things we don't admit. I'm going to say the things that his crash sites say. If these are true about you, you can say them too. I am full of violence. There are parts of me that am embarrassed to say, crave violence. And were it not for the Holy Spirit, want to resolve certain problems with violence. I have felt forgotten by God. I have felt forgotten by God. I know that God numbers all the hairs on my head, and knows when a sparrow falls from the ground, from the air to the ground. God hasn't forgotten. I think so. I feel that way sometimes. I have been depressed. I've heard these things said in very careful, constructed, PG language. Now, I'm not saying use profanity. There's ways that we clean it up to make it sound less embarrassing. And I guess you can do that for people if you want to be less encouraging to them, because fundamentally, David's Psalms are real. They're encouraging because they hit a note that says, oh, he's not faking with me. This isn't acting. This is the real innards of somebody's experience. That doesn't sound like somebody's cleaned up crash site. That sounds like somebody's real embarrassing crash site. So he was honest about his circumstances. That's the starting point. If your spiritual car has run off the rails, crashed through the guardrail, landed out in the wilderness. As you begin to assess the situation, being honest about what the site is, what has happened, what you find yourself in, what terrible place on the soul map you find yourself at. Because, in contrast, pretending you're not in the desert, pretending your car's not on fire, pretending you don't, have a problem you can't fix, will keep you in the middle of the desert trying to turn the ignition on your car. Will keep you trying to do the things that kept you on track before, hoping that they put you back where you should be. I am eager to keep going, and for that reason, I'm going to stop right here and continue tomorrow. All right, be blessed. Hope you're getting something out of this. Please like and subscribe.